Welcome to the online classes, children. Class 7th, Science, Acid, Bases and Salts. Actually, I'm going to introduce this topic. In the previous lesson, ma'am taught you about changes around us. There you have seen different types of changes, reversible changes, irreversible changes. That all were introduction to the lesson. Now, the lesson I am going to introduce is acid, bases and salts. To start this lesson, you should know some previous knowledge related to this. That is what I am going to discuss. It is also a part of the revision. This knowledge we expect you from 6th class. That is why we are going to discuss it before introducing these topics. So here I am going to introduce about acid, bases, salts. First of all, look into this chart. I have made topic classification of matter. I have written as classification of matter because acid, bases and salts are a group of compounds. So we'll discuss this classification later. Then we come to the topic acid, bases and salts. First, matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called as matter. Actually, there is matter all around us. Invisible matter, visible matter. Matter exists in mainly three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Air, which is invisible, it is also a matter because it occupies space and has mass. So that is the meaning of mass. Matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Now, in a broadly, matter exists in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. You are familiar with the solids. For example, the solid state of water, that is ice, a piece of stone, that is a solid. Now, liquid, water in the liquid form, kerosene, petrol, all these are liquids. Now, matter also exists in the gaseous form: vapor, water vapor, air, nitrogen, oxygen, all these are gases. Now, matter in a broad manner, you can classify them into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances means substances which are pure, simple. In other words, if you say scientifically, contains only one kind of molecules. For example, if you take pure water, it contains only water molecules. Mixers, for example, seawater. Seawater is a mixture of common salt, water, and some other materials also dissolved in it. The pure water, distilled water, is only having water molecules. Now, that is a broad classification of matter: pure substances and mixtures. I am repeating about pure substances. Pure substances are made up of molecules of one kind only. For example, distilled water. What is distilled water? Distilled water is obtained after evaporating clean water and then condensing. It is supposed to be having no soluble substances in it. Now it is containing only molecules of water. What is the meaning of molecule? It is the tiny, smallest indivisible particle of a matter which can independently exist. That is, if you go on dividing water, pure water, distilled water, finally you reach into a water molecule, which is the smallest unit by which the water is made of. Now, water molecules constitute to form water. Now, mixture may contain more than one kind of substances. For example, very simple to understand. I told you salt and water dissolved in seawater. That is a mixture. Another example, air is a mixture. It contains carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, etc. So pure substances and mixtures. Now, pure substances further classified into elements and compounds. Elements and compound. Now come to elements first. Elements are the basic unit of matter, which is, for example, hydrogen is an element, oxygen is an element. Element contain only one kind of atoms. What is an atom? Atoms are the simplest unit of any matter which cannot be further divided chemically. That means you take oxygen, you go on dividing. Finally, last you will come to a single atom of oxygen. If you further break it, generally it cannot be broken down. Simple atom of oxygen. It is the smallest unit of oxygen. Further, if it is divided, it will not exist as oxygen. So that is different thing. Forget about it. Elements are the basic unit of any matter. Elements contain only one kind of atoms. Oxygen is an element, hydrogen is an element, nitrogen is an element, carbon is an element, sulfur is an element. That is about elements. Now compounds. Compounds are also pure substances when two or more elements combine in a fixed ratio, it forms a compound. Now compounds, water is a compound, carbon dioxide is a compound. Compounds contain only one kind of molecules, but they can contain different kind of atoms. For example, water is a compound which is made up of oxygen and hydrogen in a particular ratio, 2:1 by volume. That means for 2 parts by volume of hydrogen, there will be 1 part by volume of oxygen. So what I mean to say is that compounds are pure substances that are made up of one kind of molecules only, which is constituted of more than one kind of atoms. Another example, carbon dioxide. It is constituted of carbon dioxide molecule is containing one carbon atom and two atoms of oxygen. CO2, carbon dioxide, H2O, water, both are compounds. Whereas elements, oxygen, O2, H2, hydrogen molecule, oxygen molecule, nitrogen molecule, carbon molecule. All these are constituted only one kind of atoms. Okay, the details you will learn in the higher classes. What is more about elements and all that. What is more about compounds and all that. Anyway, elements and compounds both are pure substances. Elements containing one kind of atoms, whereas compounds containing two or more, minimum two casted. There are more also. For example, sugar containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So that is about elements and compounds in a general manner. we are known about 118 elements. 118 elements are known to us. These elements combine in various ways to form millions of compounds. So far, the numbers of counting of compounds are not perfect. They form compounds form millions of compounds. Many compounds can be formed by these 118 elements combined. Sometimes two elements combined, sometimes more than two elements combined. Combining and all we will discuss in the higher classes. All the compounds are made up of two or more elements combined. These 118 elements combined in a fixed manner. Now, elements further can be classified into these 118 elements further classified into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals like gold, silver, iron, copper, these all are metals. Non-metals, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, these are simple classification of elements. Metalloids are elements like silicon, boron. So this is simple introduction, children. No need to worry about it. We will discuss this later in the higher classes. Elements, I want to say once more, elements containing only one kind of atoms. For example, if you take hydrogen element, it contains only hydrogen atoms. Now, if you further, it is a basic unit of all the matter, atoms. Atoms combined form molecules. Now, in case of compounds, compounds are constituted of molecules. Now, elements are of three types: metals, metalloids, non-metals. Now, these 118 elements found are classified on the basis of certain characteristics that you learn in the higher classes. Now, compounds. Compounds are divided into two major categories: organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Organic compounds are those compounds which are mainly compounds of carbon and obtained from living organisms. You will learn about organic compounds and organic chemistry in the higher classes. Today, the topic acid, bases and salts coming under the category of inorganic compounds. So, organic compounds and inorganic compounds, acid, bases, salts, which is coming under the category of inorganic compounds. Now, organic compounds include hydrocarbons, petroleum derivatives, etc. This we will discuss in the higher classes. Now, little bit about the mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Now, heterogeneous mixtures and homogeneous mixtures are the two varieties of two types of mixtures. Homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures where the constituents are equally distributed. For example, sugar solution. If you take some water, add some sugar into it, you observe that the sugar is getting dissolved in it and the sugar particles are distributed equally throughout the water. This homogeneous mixture is also called solution of salt in water. Whereas heterogeneous mixtures, the particles are unequally distributed in the liquid. For example, if you put some mud in water, you see that the mud is distributed unevenly, unequally throughout the solution. Throughout the solution, we don't say throughout the mixture. Such a mixture is called heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. This is the broad classification of mixtures. Now, come back to compounds, organic and inorganic compounds. Now, I told you inorganic compounds is obtained, generally are obtained from non-living organisms, whereas organic, there, so the source may be living organisms. Organic compounds include many hydrocarbons and their derivatives, petroleum compounds. Anyway, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, metal carbonates are not included in the category of organic compounds. They included as inorganic compounds. So inorganic compounds and organic compounds are the two major types of compounds. Now, organic compounds, all the organic compounds contains carbon as one of the major constituents, because you know that all living organisms, their body structure made up of organic materials that have one of the major component, carbon. For example, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, all these are obtained from animals or plants. These have carbon as one of the major elements present in them. Now, today we are discussing majorly about inorganic compounds, that is acid, bases and salts. The three major categories of inorganic compounds: acid, bases and salts. That is what I wanted to introduce for you. Now I'm showing a screen where this classification is given in little more proper manner. So look at this: matter classified into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances further classified into elements and compounds. Mixtures are classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Elements are classified into metals, metalloids and non-metals. Compounds are further classified into organic and inorganic. Organic compounds contain hydrocarbons and their derivatives. Inorganic compounds contains acid, bases and salts. So now inorganic compounds in detail is about acid, bases and salts. Now acid, bases and salt is a classification of inorganic compound. Acids have some special characteristics, bases have some special characteristics, and salts also. You are familiar with some of the edible acids. Edible acids are those acids which could be consumed. For example, all the citrus fruits contain citric acid. It is the source of vitamin C also. You are familiar. You must be at present to increase the immunity. We are asked to consume. We are asked to consume enough amount of vitamin C. So acids, some of the acid components you are very much familiar. Citrus fruits contain citric acid, that is an edible acid. Most of the food materials, for example, curd contain lactic acid, is also edible acid. Apple contain malic acid. This also edible acid. Edible means can be consumed. By looking into the word acid, you feel that it is something dangerous. Not always. Only certain mineral acids are concentrated mineral acids are dangerous because they can destroy any organic matter. For example, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid in the concentrated form are corrosive in nature. Corrosive in nature means if it falls on any part of the body, it can burn off. You might have heard about acid burns because these acids, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid, in the concentrated form. Concentrated means containing only very, very little water. 98 or 99 percentage pure sulfuric acid concentrated is very corrosive in nature. Corrosive means if it falls on the any organic material, that organic material get burned off. Our body is also organic material. You might have heard about acid attack and all that. It is nothing but hydrochloric acid. Might have seen hydrochloric acid is used as a toilet cleaner also. So concentrated hydrochloric acid is very corrosive, very dangerous. Now acids, I told you some of the acid materials are having what is that edible proper. It can be consumed also. Many ingredients in the many eatables are edible acids. Mineral acids, which is mainly I told you hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, and sulfuric acid in the concentrated form are very dangerous. Now, these acids have some special characteristics. These special characteristics we could learn in this chapter. Then I'll introduce about bases. You're familiar with baking soda, baking powder. You're also familiar with the soap detergents which we make use. They all are basic. They all are having basic characteristics. Actually, bases. You're familiar with what we call calcium hydroxide, tuna. It is also a base. These bases have some characteristic properties which just opposite to that of acids. They are also special compounds. Toothpaste also contains bases, and you're familiar with what we call antacids. Antacid. Antacids are used to reduce the stomach pain due to acidity. Actually, in our stomach, for the digestion processes, there is hydrochloric acid present in the stomach. Due to some reason, the production of the hydrochloric acid increases. That will make stomach pain and acidity. To control this, anti-acids, opposite of acid, that is a base, is taken. That is to control, to reduce the effect of acids. The bases are compounds which are having some properties just opposite to that of acids. Now, bases and acids are just like a positive and negative. One plus cancels the negative sign. For example, you know that in integers you have seen plus 1 plus minus 1. The result is 0. Similarly, when an acid interacts with a base, it forms neither acidic nor basic substance called salts. This is all about salt. The salts is formed by the interaction between acids and bases. That process is called neutralization. This we will discuss in this chapter in detail later. For the time being, I'm just coming back to the topic again. Inorganic compounds are divided into acid, bases, and salts. Now, that is all about the topic of introduction to acid, bases, and salts. I'm just revising the topic which I have covered. First, classification of matter. Look into the screen which I have shown you. The matter is divided into pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances containing only one kind of molecules. Now, mixtures contain more than one kind of substances mixed. Now, pure substances are further classified into elements and compounds. Elements and compounds both are having only one kind of molecule, especially elements containing only one kind of atoms. For example, oxygen atom, oxygen gas containing only oxygen atom. Compounds, the molecules of compounds contain more than one kind of atoms in a fixed manner. For example, water. Water contains hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Water molecule. One water molecule contains two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. That is in a specific manner. Now, elements are divided into metals, metalloids, and non-metals. There are 118 elements known to us. They are divided into metal, metalloids, and non-metals on the basis of certain characteristics. Compounds can be further divided into organic and inorganic compounds. Organic compounds are compounds of carbon mainly. They are obtained directly from living organisms. For example, sugar is an organic compound. Proteins, sugar, carbohydrates, starch, all these are organic compounds. Petroleum hydrocarbons are also included in the category of organic compounds. The chiefly organic compounds contains carbon as a constituent, and the study of organic compound is a major branch of chemistry that is termed as organic chemistry. There are millions of compounds known to us, including organic as well as inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds further divided into acid, bases, and salts in a major classifying manner. This topic we are discussing here about. This lesson we are introduced all about inorganic compounds in details. Okay, children, that is all about today. Have a look into this classification and understand what I said. See the video. I hope all of you are keeping well. Bye to all of you. Till we meet again tomorrow in the next class. Stay safe. Take all the precautions and have a nice day ahead.